The story of Beats the Movie is a story of two boys, Jono and Spanner, who are teenagers in an unnamed, non-specific, small post-industrial town in the central belt of Scotland.
Is that the actual crowd, like?
Aye, mate, aye.
Yeah, turn up, mate. Turn up.
Once again, we're gonna pump it.
One of them is quite fearful and guarded about the future and the things they get up to, whereas the other just kind of like buzzes off disobedience and lawlessness.
I played Jono McCready, and he's sort of a shy, sort of quite insular teenager trying to find his way in the world. And he's moving away with his mum and his mum's new boyfriend, and he's going to be leaving behind his home and his best friend, Spanner.
Spanner is a caring, funny, excitable character who wants to show his best friend a bit of kind of self-discovery and just to have fun and to let go and to see another side of life.
The summer's gonna go off. Me and you, right?
And so they decide to go on like one last hurrah, one last big night out together.
It's set in 1994 at the time when there's been an explosion up and down the country of these illegal free parties around rave music.
It's the sort of fag end of the rave scene it's the mid-90s and the government is trying to legislate against the scene. So you have this strange moment of these boys coming together and experiencing their first taste of all of that at the time when it's dying.
The boys voyage out on one last night together, stealing money from Spanner's older brother.
Spanner, are you mental?
And they voyage into this underground world of like music, raves, anarchy and freedom.
I hope that they're quite a lot of fun to spend time with for an audience, and we're really blessed with two killer performances from Christian Ortega and Lauren McDonald, who are just wonderful on screen together. And I really do think audiences are going to love those guys.
I first saw Kieran's play Beats, must be 6-7 years ago now. I bought a ticket, went along and was completely blown away. I felt like the play was speaking to me directly and almost articulating my own experience. When I came out of the play, I realised very quickly that I wasn't alone in having this experience, that many people of different generations, in fact, were coming up and saying, hey, that you really sort of described my youth. And I approached Kieran that night.
This has been a thing of like starting at square one in many ways with Brian, using my play as a source material for the two of us to co-write a screenplay that he would direct.
We've taken this one-man performance where Kieran plays 2 or 3 characters and developed it into a multi-character feature film that sort of meets the demands of a screenplay. The success of the film was absolutely dependent on whether we would make this giant recreation of 90s illegal rave happen.
But they released something like 1,200 tickets. And so you knew folk were going to be there. But on the other hand, that sort of tension, you're like, oh fuck, no one's going to come, no one's going to come.
There was almost like a mood board thing that went around with the kind of clothes that they needed to wear, and we even did a little video of like acceptable 90s dancing, because dancing's changed. You know, like people going to raves in the 90s looks quite different to the sort of dancing that you get nowadays, which in some ways is less wild and free, and I think maybe a large part of the reason for that is that people are so much kind of into their phones.
Do I look okay? Instagram, slut drop. Rather than just actually being there, enjoying it, partying, and it's just a total different weight of it, different vibe.
I was sure that we needed to have real music, real people, for the space to be a kind of reclaimed space where we would bring in a real PA and have some seriously good Scottish techno acts play.
Slowly but surely, like an hour after doors open, the place just came alive and it was amazing. Like,
We were all saying, like, it feels like we're going on a night out. And we are. It's exactly what we were doing. It just so happened there were cameras buzzing about and we weren't necessarily ourselves while that was happening.
They put on a 90s rave in a warehouse in Cowcaddens and it was off the hook. Like, it was quite something to witness.
One of the best nights of my life, like, you know, work-wise and just as a person.
Yeah.
Just so much fun, letting go, and because that's what it's meant to be, that's what we're trying to capture.
We knew that we were going to not stop the party because we just wanted the sort of infectious energy of people just getting into it and dancing and going with it and allowing the DJs to, you know, build a set of which all of them played blinders.
You know, we'd be going into it and then we'd call cut and then you just, because you can't hear a thing, and Henry would just come up and go, ones, ones, and that means that we're going back to the start again. And then we would just dance our way back through the crowds, hey, what you doing, like that, and go, all right, Jono, let's go, man, and we're off again.
and then Twitch from Optimo, he like finished off the night with just one of the most killer sets I've ever witnessed a DJ pull off.
In a way, we managed to put on this giant illegal rave under the guise of making a feature film.
This is not how it's done normally, the scale and ambition of it.
I still can't quite believe we pulled it off.